So what we have here is a complex fraction. It's like one big fraction, but within that fraction are smaller fractions, and I don't want it to look quite that crazy. So what we're going to do is look at these smaller fractions and try to find a way to what we call clear out the denominator. And we do that by multiplying each piece of this fraction by an expression that will make this cancel and make this cancel. And if there were a denominator down here, that cancel as well. Now, obviously there is no denominator down here, so sometimes people find it helpful to think of this as being over 1. And just the idea is we're looking at this denominator, and that denominator. We're trying to make them all go away. And we do that by using an expression that will cancel off everything. That expression in this case will be the expression x plus 3 times x minus 2. If I multiply each piece of this by that expression, then certain things will cancel off and then certain things are left behind, and it's not so bad. So I'm going to take every single part of this fraction and multiply it by this thing that cancels off everything. So 2, 2, 2. The next thing I'll do is start to cancel off these different denominators and work with whatever's left. So these x plus 3's cancel off, leaving just that x minus 2. This big fat minus sign, of course, is still here, so I better put a parenthesis down to remind myself whatever's left gets subtracted. In this portion, these x minus 2's cancel off, leaving just the x plus 3. And then in the denominator of the bigger fraction, nothing cancels. So we're left with a y and an x plus 3 and an x minus 2. That's okay. I'm not going to bother to multiply it out. I'm going to leave that in a factored form. The only thing to do left now is to distribute this negative sign and see what shakes down. We get x minus 2 minus x minus 3 all over that denominator that we had to carry around with us. These end up canceling. It doesn't have to work out that way. It just happened to this time. And we end up with negative 5 over y times x plus 3 times x minus 2. Still not great, but a less complicated fraction and the best we can do given these circumstances. So big idea is you just focus on the individual fractions, focus on their denominators, and find the expression that'll make all those denominators cancel, and then keep track of what got left behind. Try the next one on your own before you look at the video, and then of course I'll explain it about as clearly as I explained this one. Good luck.